friends, welcome back to Coffee Talk with DJ and Risa, where we spill real estate stories and also the exact moves that win today.
Good morning, DJ. You know, uh, it's November, the month of gratitude. So today we're going to talk a little bit about why a tiny daily thank you habit really compounds into getting listings, referrals, and a culture that people want to join.
Yeah, I love that. Let's do a quick promise up front for our viewers. You're going to leave with three scripts at the end of this: a 10-minute daily routine, a tracking sheet idea, and a team challenge that actually will stick.
That sounds awesome. Okay, gratitude isn't fluffy. It's a contract strategy that lowers the guard, increases replies, and makes your brand feel human.
Yeah, I mean, translation here, it's like five sincere thank yous a day. So if you think about if I make five sincere thank yous a day, I'm going to have more conversations, I'm going to have more referrals and better retention. So the magic is really in the consistency, not the actual poetry. My father does this before he goes to bed every night. He's not a realtor, but he does say, and he does this thinks up throughout the day before he goes to bed. He says, I just want to make one person's day to day better. So every day he's always scanning in the environment for ways. It could just be a compliment to somebody or a thank you at a cashier or somewhere, and he's just like, how can I make somebody's day a little bit better? And as a result, he has amazing conversations with people.
I love that story. I love the book The Go Giver, and that's really the storyline of the book. So if you haven't read it yet, any of you out there, I would pick it up. It's a short book, but it's all about making somebody else's day great, and learning how to say thank you. And there's so many reasons to say thank you. But let's do some math because we often say math is the path to success in real estate. So simple math, okay? 5 thank yous per day. If you do 5 per day, that means there's 5 days in the week. Well, 2 days off, right? So that's 25 in a week. How about 4 weeks in a month? That's 100 thank yous in a month. Over a year, that's roughly 1,200 gratitude touches. That's huge.
Yeah, and even conservatively, even if 10% of the people you send thank yous to or give thank yous to reply, that's 120 conversations. And if 20 of those people end up being consultations, that's 24 appointments. And if you close 50% of that, you've got 12 extra deals. This is a habit that takes really no more than 10 minutes a day.
Right, right. And it's just that compound effect. Small, boring daily inputs, but really it's shockingly big outcomes. Now I want you to know I scan Facebook or Instagram for my thank yous. Thank you for posting this. Thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
Thank you for that wonderful recipe. I feel better after I've had these conversations. And as DJ said with his father, it's making somebody else's day great.
Yeah, and even if you have past clients that aren't looking to buy or sell right now, but you helped them in the past, you could just pick up the phone and call them and leave them a voicemail if they're not there and say, I was just thinking about you and our transaction we did 3 years ago. And I just wanted to say, I really appreciated working with you. You were really one of my great clients and just wanted to say thanks. Hope you're having a great day. Even something like that. It's just so easy to do. We all can do it, is really powerful. Imagine if you got that call, right? Just amazing.
Yep.
So I have a quick story. So I once sent a 2-line thank you to an HOA president after she let me use the clubhouse for a buyer tour. And I thought that was pretty cool. And 2 weeks later, she forwards my email to the HOA board with, hey, this agent actually said thank you. And I got invited to speak at their meeting. I brought market data. I left with 3 listing consultations. Again, all from one thank you. So no pitch, just a thanks for opening the door. And that felt, really, really amazing and human.
I love it. I love that so much. All right. So notice the sequence here: gratitude, visibility, credibility, opportunity. You didn't even ask for that opportunity, you earned the ask. So I've talked a lot in the past about handwritten cards, and I love handwritten cards. I have a box, I grab 2 every day, and I write 2 handwritten note cards. So I want you to think about maybe writing one to a past client, okay? Just write something like, thank you for trusting me with your home journey last year, like DJ said. I thought
Mhm.
about your closing anniversary this week and wanted you to know clients like you are the reason I love this work. if any housing questions pop up, I'm always here for you.
Yeah, I love it. And here's a one for vendors or partners that you work with, inside of your real estate practice. You send a quick text or a DM, right? A quick thanks for being dependable under pressure, right? There's always pressure in pretty much every transaction. So there's always something that gets a little tough, and you can obviously send that thank you. And if a client needs a steady pro, I'm grateful that I can say your name with confidence. Coffee on me next time we meet.
I think that's great. I am betting that most people don't thank their inspector or mortgage broker after the deal. Like going that extra mile is huge. All right, here's a script for an email that you might send to a neighbor after an event. Subject, thanks for saying hi. Something that simple.
Yeah.
Hey, I appreciate your time at the open house today. No pitch, just thanks for the conversation. If ever you'd like a 10-minute value snapshot of your home, happy to send you one.
Yeah, and here's some voicemails that you can leave. And I love what voicemails have kind of turned into, because now people don't answer the phone unless they want to. And when you're leaving a voicemail, we now see it's almost like they're writing us a text message because we can see it in real time if you have the newest versions of your operating system on your phone. And I just think it's so cool because they can literally watch you, even if they're busier and not able to pick up the phone, they're able to watch what you're saying to them. But here's a quick 20-second one. So, hey, it's DJ from Kale calling for no reason except to say thanks for being part of my circle. If I can help in any way this season, I'm around. Hope you're well.
And that's a great voicemail because you're reminding people that you're in the business without saying you're in the business. I mean, and it's that gratitude moment, and it feels so good. So always keep it specific, short, no ask, gratitude first, conversation second. And you might want to set up a recurring 10-minute block on your calendar. And ideally, before the email eats you up, we know that email just is calling your name and you want to get into it. But 10-minute block every single day. Start this way. Open up your CRM, filter for past clients, maybe, or closing anniversaries, your active pipeline, or partners that you use this month.
Hmm.
And pick out 5 names. And then choose the channel that you want to communicate with them in. Like I said, I do 2 handwritten notes every day, 2 texts, DMs, or 1 short email. And log it and tag it with TY sent so you know that you've sent them a thank you today. And follow up to ask if they reply to you. And once a week, do a public thank you, like on Facebook or LinkedIn or Instagram, whatever, that spotlights a partner's existence.
Yeah, I love that. Here's another little tip. Keep a stack of branded postcards and stamps in your car. And that's 2 cards in the parking lot between showings. You can just scribble them, get them done. Easy win and better use of time than scrolling in front of your steering wheel.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Love it. All right. So, teams, brokerages, just build maybe a thank you leaderboard. Every thank you you send, get 1 point. Even solicited referrals attributing to a thank you, 5 points. Monthly coffee trophy for the winner. Make it simple, but motivate the people around you to build a culture of gratitude. And hey, leaders, start your meetings with gratitude shout outs.
Yeah.
Just 60 seconds where anyone can recognize a client, a partner, a teammate. It just sets the tone and quietly trains your team to notice good work.
I have a meeting coming up in just 15 minutes with our some of our assistants that Risa and I work with. And Risa's not in this meeting, so she might not know this, but we do this every day. And because we meet for about 10 minutes. And what we do at the beginning is we say, and I learned this actually from Josh and Tommy from Keller over at Keller Williams. They do this, and I adopted it, and I actually improved it. What I did is we start with a gratitude. We always say one thing we're grateful for in our lives, could be anything. And then we've added to it. We say one thing we're proud of in our lives. So we
Hmm.
start with something that we feel good about that's kind of been given to us, and then one thing that we did that made us proud. And we do that every morning. And so it's just kind of a nice little way to start these meetings. And meetings aren't always fun, so this is a great way to add some fun to it. But yeah, let's move on to like where gratitude actually helps move some deals.
Um, I had no idea that you had these meetings. So I think it's a
You
great
can
way to
come in if
start
you
off the
want.
meeting. Wow, I kind of want to because now I'm thinking about my gratitude and my thank you and what did I do to move the needle to make things better. So I appreciate that. So all right, where am I? So let's just talk about this. So we've talked about sending out DMs. We've talked about sending out note cards. We've talked about sending text messages. The idea is that every time you make this motion, you feel better and you're opening the door to conversations, and conversations where maybe you can remind people that you're in the business, but you're deepening that relationship. So I want to point out one other gratitude that we might not realize. That other agent on the other side of the
Yeah.
deal worked really hard to get to our common goal of closing. So don't forget to send them a thank you. Thank you for the fast responses on the docs today. It made a big difference. Thank you so much for helping us get over some hurdles. Thank you so much for being a great partner. And leaders, I'm just going to throw it out to you. It's always good to call that co-op broker and say thank you for being so professional, because maybe, they really enjoyed working with your agent and they might want to join your brokerage.
It is called a cooperative commission. Let's be cooperative. I just did this yesterday. Lisa was just asking me about, I have a place that's selling currently that I live in. And I said, oh, well, you wouldn't know this, but just yesterday I was like, by the way, her name's Barry. I was like, Barry, you are amazing. Like, she really is. And I was like, you did such a great job. And she really did. And I go, gosh, she felt good about it. She probably feels good about me now too. And, it was really, it's really fun to share. And we are working together. And even though sometimes maybe it doesn't always feel that way, but so I couldn't agree more with you. So also, sometimes deals don't always go through, right? So we have lost listings or offers that didn't get accepted. Still send a thank you, right? Appreciate the chance to compete. I'm cheering for a smooth closing for your client. And if anything changes, hey, I'm here. I'm ready.
That's a nice message. I think a lot of people forget when they're in multiple offers to thank the people that submitted offers,
Yeah.
and they're really feeling deflated and they have to go back to their clients and give that bad news. So I think that was beautiful.
Mhm.
What about even cold leads? You've
Mhm.
got some leads maybe in your database that had reached out to you once before, and maybe you sent them something, maybe just a lead magnet. And maybe it's thanks for downloading my neighborhood guide. Here, if there's a section you want to expand on, let me know. I'll send it over.
Yeah, it removes friction. People lean in when they feel respected, and everybody wants to feel respected.
All right, so let's talk about some pitfalls and fixes. So get ready, write these down. Hey, pitfalls. People think it sounds transactional. It's not. Just remove the call to action. It's just a line of appreciation. If you want to throw in an optional PS with value, that's great, but don't do a pitch. These are not about asking for business. Again, it's about giving.
Yeah, another inconsistency is something that's really annoying is inconsistency, which is 3 days on and then you're ghosted, right? So consider this: consider time blocking with a tiny quota, right? So that you know that you don't want to feel ghosted, you don't want the other person to feel ghosted. You know how it feels when that happens. So time blocking and quota, just like every day I have to do 5 or 6 or whatever it is. Protect it like a showing. You would protect your showings, but let's protect your thank yous too.
Yeah, absolutely. Protect it like you would protect a showing. All right, here's another one. Sometimes people do the thanks, but it's not really genuine. So here's a fix to it. Just always have one concrete detail, like, hey, thank you for uploading your HOA doc so quickly. Or thank you so much for your patience during the appraisal week. Or thank you for being a great inspector referral.
Mhm.
Always add on that extra detail so they know what the thanks is for.
And my last pitfall is for tracking. We have to remember to track. It's so easy to send the thank you or call the person and then not update our CRM. And you just might say, well, why should I? Because you want to remember what you did so that you can track to see what the next action is. And you want to know, oh, I just called them and said thank you. Because maybe it's been 6 months since you did that, but you'll know that if you put it in your CRM.
All right. During our coffee talk, we love giving you tips and tricks. Here's one for you. If you build maybe a thank you swipe gratitude line, something that you're going to be using over and over again, put it in your notes document, your notes app, is that what we call it?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then that way you can just copy and paste it. Makes it easy. And then you personalize it just a little.
What I love about the Notes app, if for all of our Apple users, and I'm sure Android has a similar feature for definitely they do, is it's all searchable too. Like I put everything in Notes, and you can maybe put little hashtags and you can search by that and you can link things. If you really start learning about how Notes works, it's not just a sticky note, kind of digital sticky note. You can do some really, really cool stuff with it. And I make it kind of like my database of everything. And it's not super organized, but I can find things pretty easy in there. So let's also keep a shout out photo folder. So this is quick pics of partners doing great work, right? So use them for public gratitude posts. In other words, every time you meet with a partner or vendor or even a client, say, hey, can we grab a quick photo? Now, maybe you don't post it right there, but you keep it in your folder and you're like, when maybe you're having a slower day, post something and tag that person. And then obviously they're going to feel great.
That's a great idea. I need to make a post about Maria and Terrence from A&N because they've been such amazing partners, and just getting deals done for our agents. All right, I'm going to do that today. Thank you, TJ. All right, here's another one. Create a monthly gratitude roundup email. Just 3 short thank yous to your partners or clients with a community spotlight. It's a soft power. People forward. It feels good. And just do these.
Yeah, I
All
love
right.
that.
All right, and here's your compound thank you challenge. So, your challenge starting today, it's 3 days. So, day one, I want you to send out 5 thank yous, maybe 2 handwritten, maybe 2 texts, maybe 1 email, and log it in your CRM. That's pretty easy.
Mm-hmm.
Day two, do a public shout out to a partner and 5 thank yous to past clients from the same quarter last year. And then day three, 5 thank yous to agents you worked with on the other side this year. I'm telling you, you're going to see those agents again in another deal, and they're going to remember that you thanked them and nobody else did. Just remember that. And then also DM your lender and your attorney, and maybe write to them, hey, let's co-sponsor 20 cards for my VIPs. You want to split the cost? I'm sure they'd love to give out like maybe coffee cards. Wouldn't that be fun? Or lottery tickets?
I love that. So, quick recap that's a 3-day challenge for everyone. To day one, 5 thank yous. Day two, public shout outs from partners and 5 thank yous. And then day three is 5 thank yous to agents you worked with on the other side this year. So, and go back and rewatch this to get ideas, but do that. And boy, you will see your business develop. And after day three, of doing this challenge, look at the replies you've received. Book any coffee chats that have emerged, and that's the compounding spark.
Okay, here's our lightning round with mighty tips. Write these down. Get ready. All right, here's the first one. Keep stamps and glove in your glove compartment or right on your desk, right next to you at all times. Use voice memo text for warmth. Really and truly, it does make a difference. And then tag gratitude mention in your CRM so that you remember that you've stayed in touch with these people, and it's going to make it so it resurfaces every quarter so you remember to stay in touch with them.
Yeah, and I've got 3 quick ones as well. So first is thank you for front door staff. So here in Chicago, we have doormen at certain buildings. There's people that are maintenance people. There's even people in your own office that are helping you with your deals, operations people, admin, people like that. Let's give thanks to all of those people because those are the people that they can be gatekeepers and they become door openers. Another one, screenshot a client's kind text that you receive. Send it to your team Slack with a win of the day. Let's empower other people in our office and our other colleagues to see like what a little gratitude can do. And we do this here at Kale. Whenever we get an agent that somebody's written a really great Google review, we send it to everyone in management, and then all of us respond to that agent. We screenshot it, and then they probably get like 10 amazings from all of us because we have 12 people in our management staff. Probably 10 people are writing them going, oh my God, you got this 5-star review. You're amazing. And can you imagine what that must feel like to the agent that they get like 10 people at their company are going like, you just got this amazing review. So you can do a version of that, in your own lives. And last is when a client says thanks, say working with people like you makes this easy. Thank yous to you. I always like to push it back on them, and they'll feel even better.
All right. Well, there were a lot of great tips today, but we're really talking about the compound effect of the thank you, and it's real. So do 5 a day, 10 minutes a day, 12 extra deals a year. Wouldn't that be great? And it's not from pitching harder, it's from noticing more.
Yeah, I love this. And if this helped, let's share this with a teammate and start both of your 3-day journeys today, and 3-day challenges, right? To start you on that journey. And our next episode, which is coming up next week, is our client appreciation events and strategies that aren't cringy, right? Scripts and simple touch points that your clients will actually love and want to attend.
All right, this was so fun. Everybody's out there, stay warm, and we'll see you at the next coffee talk. Thanks for
And
joining us.
before we sign off, I would like to tell everybody about something that we broadcast this. Originally, I think the idea we had was for our Kale agents. We have 700. We have so many agents here, and we're looking to always give them great content like this. And then we thought, well, why should we be selfish and share it just with Kale agents? So we broadcast this everywhere on all the different social channels we're on. We want all agents to see this. So if you're seeing this and appreciate it, thank you. We're doing this for you, and we hope it's helpful. If you have ideas for us to come up with other content, please let us know. We're always here to help. But I want to also mention something in the same spirit that we're doing this, is that Risa generously has also opened up some of her training. Now, some of her training is really, one-on-one, and we couldn't open this up to the public. But for agents out there that really aren't getting that level of individual attention or coaching, this is what Risa does. She's been doing this a very long time, not just here, at other firms as well. So she knows how to develop agents. Let us know if you would like to sit in on one of our development sessions. It'd be fun to get a sense of like how we do things here. There's no strings attached. We won't pitch you on joining us, but of course you're always welcome to. But we want to show you like what we do for agents, this kind of stuff like this. But you can actually reach out to Risa or I. We can get you into one of these meetings. And again, you can even do it anonymously if you want to, but we want you to see like how we do things here at Kale so that you can get a sense of, whether one day we'd be a good fit.
All right, thank you, DJ, for always bringing the energy and making me feel so good about all the stuff that I'm offering here. I appreciate you, and I appreciate all those of you that are actually listening to us. But as DJ said, please let us know if there's topics you would like us to cover.
Yeah.
But all right, make it a great day, everybody.
See you next time.